Ever wondered what it's like to explore the ancient city of Rome? Today we're diving into the essentials of Roman travel. From language basics to local cuisine, we're covering all you need to know before you go. Get ready to take notes as we whisk you away on this Roman adventure. Timing is everything, especially when planning a trip to Rome. To experience Rome's captivating charm at its finest, you should consider two key factors: weather and crowds. Let's start with the weather. Rome has a Mediterranean climate, which means hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. The most comfortable time to visit, weather-wise, would be in the spring, from April to June, or in the fall, from September to October. During these seasons, you'll have the pleasure of experiencing Rome with mild temperatures and less rainfall, perfect for exploring the city's ancient ruins and outdoor cafes. Now let's talk crowds. As one of the world's most beloved tourist destinations, Rome can get pretty packed, especially during the peak summer months of July and August. If you prefer to avoid large crowds, consider visiting during the shoulder seasons, the spring and fall periods mentioned earlier. You'll still have good weather, but with fewer tourists around. However, if you're a fan of vibrant festivities, you might want to plan your trip around some of Rome's key events. The city comes alive during Easter with religious processions and special church services. Alternatively, you can experience the vibrant culture of Rome during its birthday celebration on April 21st, a day filled with parades, gladiator shows, and fireworks. So, plan your trip wisely to make the most out of your Roman holiday. Ever heard the phrase, "When in Rome, do as the Romans do"? Well, it certainly applies to language. Though many people in Rome speak English, especially in tourist areas, knowing a bit of Italian can add a touch of authenticity to your trip. Start with the basics. Buongiorno for good morning, buonasera for good evening, and don't forget grazie, which means thank you. And when you're ordering that delicious gelato, remember, per favore, please. Understanding etiquette is also important. Italians appreciate it when you say scusa to apologize or get someone's attention. Also, remember to say salute when raising a glass. It's the Italian way of saying cheers. Learning a few Italian phrases won't just help in restaurants or shops, but it's also a great way to strike up conversations with locals. They appreciate the effort, and who knows, you might end up with a new friend or two. A little Italian can go a long way in enhancing your travel experience. Rome is a paradise for foodies, offering an array of mouth-watering dishes. When you're in the Eternal City, your taste buds are in for a treat. Let's plunge into the culinary delights that await. First off, we can't talk about Rome without mentioning pasta. Romans have their own spin on this Italian staple. Carbonara, amatriciana, cacio e pepe, these are just a few of the delectable pasta dishes you'll find on menus across the city. Each dish is a symphony of simple, fresh ingredients that create a melody of flavors on your palate. And then there's the pizza, thin and crispy, topped with the freshest of tomatoes and the most delectable mozzarella. It's a far cry from the thick crust, overloaded toppings we often see elsewhere. Here, less is definitely more. But Rome's culinary delights don't stop at pasta and pizza. There's the supplì, a deep-fried rice ball filled with tomato sauce and mozzarella. The porchetta, a savory, fatty, and moist boneless pork roast. And the artichokes, cooked alla romana or alla Judia style. Now let's wash down all that delicious food with some drinks. Wine is an integral part of Roman culture. The city is surrounded by vineyards producing excellent wines, such as Frascati and Montepulciano. But if you're more of a coffee person, you're in luck too. Romans take their coffee seriously. Espresso, cappuccino, macchiato, each cup is an art form in itself. Food etiquette in Rome is pretty straightforward. Dinner is usually a late affair, starting around 8 or 9 in the evening. And it's also a leisurely event, meant to be savored, not rushed. So take your time, enjoy the food, the drink, and the company. One more thing. You may be tempted to ask for Alfredo sauce or a pepperoni pizza, but these are American Italian inventions, and you may earn a confused look from your waiter. Remember, when it comes to food and drink in Rome, always be willing to try something new. You never know, you might just discover your new favorite dish or drink. Navigating Rome can be a thrilling adventure in itself. The Eternal City, with its blend of ancient history and modern hustle, offers various modes of transportation that cater to all types of explorers. First, let's talk about Rome's public transportation. It's extensive, affordable, and relatively easy to navigate. The city's metro system, known as the Metropolitana, is a popular choice. It consists of 3 lines, A, B, and C, that intersect at Termini Station, Rome's central transport hub. Regular buses and trams also crisscross the city, providing another convenient option for getting around. Remember to validate your tickets at the machines on board to avoid fines. But sometimes the best way to explore Rome is on foot. This city is a walker's paradise, with many of its iconic landmarks like the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Trevi Fountain within walking distance of each other. Strolling through Rome's cobblestone streets allows you to soak in the city's atmosphere, discover hidden gems, and, of course, walk off that extra gelato. For those in a hurry or seeking a bit more exhilaration, scooters are a popular choice. Rome's scooter culture is a sight to behold. Just remember to wear a helmet and adhere to traffic regulations. Alternatively, bicycles are a greener, healthier option. Various bike rental services are available throughout the city. Taxis are plentiful in Rome, but be aware of the possibility of overcharging. Always ensure the meter is running, and if possible, agree on a fare before setting off. Rome also offers a variety of ride-hailing apps for those who prefer a more modern approach. These can be a good option, especially during peak traffic times when other forms of transport may be crowded. And let's not forget the romantic horse-drawn carriages for a slower, more scenic experience. Just be prepared for a higher price tag. Being savvy about transportation will help you explore Rome more efficiently. So whether you're hopping on a metro, striding through ancient streets, or zipping around on a scooter, each journey in Rome promises a unique adventure. While Rome is generally safe, it's always wise to stay alert. This city, steeped in history, is a magnet for tourists from all over the world, and like any major city, it has its fair share of petty crime. One of the common safety tips is to be aware of your surroundings. Rome has a plethora of narrow, winding streets that can be both charming and confusing. It's easy to get lost, so remember to keep your wits about you, especially at night. Next, we have pickpockets. They are particularly active in crowded tourist hotspots and on public transportation. These nimble-fingered thieves are often so skilled that you won't even realize you've been robbed until much later. So be sure to keep your valuables secure and within sight at all times. Now let's talk about scams. There are a few classic ones to watch out for. The rose scam is one where a person offers you a free rose, only to demand payment once you've taken it. Another is the gladiator photo scam, where people dressed as gladiators offer to pose for a photo with you, but will then insist on an exorbitant fee. The best way to avoid these scams is to politely decline any unsolicited offers. When it comes to safety on the roads, remember that traffic in Rome can be chaotic. Pedestrian crossings are often ignored by drivers, so always look both ways before crossing the street. And if you're driving, be prepared for a bit of Italian-style road chaos. In case of emergencies, it's important to have some key contact numbers handy. The general emergency number in Italy is 112, but there are also specific numbers for the police, medical emergencies, and the fire brigade. Finally, remember that your personal safety extends to your health as well. Stay hydrated, wear sunscreen, and take breaks when needed. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you won't be able to see it all in one either. Safety should always be your top priority, even when you're having fun exploring Rome. So, there you have it, the essential tips you need to know before visiting Rome, from understanding the best time to visit to language basics, food, transportation, and safety pointers. Armed with these tips, you're now ready to embark on your Roman adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about your favorite Roman travel tip. Ciao for now.